Hi, so I'm back. Um, and I want to talk to you a little bit today about home inspections. So it's very important that you get a home inspector that knows what they're doing, knows what the requirements in that city are, and especially for multi-residential properties. I just had a home inspection done on my legal duplex, and the home inspector is saying that the electrical panel is no good, and that the mechanical room is completely sealed. Um, a mechanical room must be completely sealed on a legal duplex. It has to have fire rated caulking around every pipe. It has to be completely drywalled. It was very disheartening to me with the list of stuff that they brought me, that it was apparent that the home inspector did not know what the requirements and the laws are. Now, when you get a home inspection, and this could be a deal breaker, not only for the agent losing a deal, but for the person buying. Like, as a buyer, you want to make sure that you trust who you're talking to and that they are telling you the correct things. They were giving me prices on items that need to be repaired that were, I mean, I've done a lot of building. I've converted a lot of properties to duplexes, so I know what the costs are and I know what the requirements are. I mean, I've done my own drawings. I know what they are. So if you have a home inspector that is not up to speed in that neighborhood, so the requirements in Barrie might be different than the requirements in Toronto. And that might be different than the requirements in Innisfil. Every township has different requirements for legal duplexes. So you need to make sure that your inspector knows what the requirements are. Because if, first of all, he could miss stuff that should be done, or he can give you bad advice, which could cost you money, like you're doing repairs or changing things that are not required to be changed and don't need to be changed and are irrelevant to the property and how, how the electrical's working or how everything's working within the property. I was shocked. And when I got the list of items, I knew that the inspector was not knowledgeable on what the requirements are here. So having somebody that knows what they're talking about, and even your agent, like I was educating this agent from like the word go, like he had no knowledge. So when you're buying multi-residential properties or properties that have, they have issues to begin with, then you definitely need to make sure your home inspector is well versed and educated on those problems. Like I've had people say, oh, the foundation has a crack. Well, in a lot of old homes, you'll see that just from settling and stuff, there could be a crack. Most cracks can be fixed between $500 and $700. They do an injection molding inside the crack. It's got some like rubbery compound as well in it. Now say that to some people and they're like, I have to dig out all the way around the house. I have to seal the outsides. It's $10,000, $15,000, $20,000. Like, you would maybe miss the home of your dreams because you don't have the money to fix that. And I've had people buy houses with a foundation crack and a small little crack, and my injection, I give them a couple names and numbers and they go in and they fix it. And it was under $500 to fix the problem. So between the agent and the home inspector, you need people that are experienced and know what they're talking about. I know that in all different cities, I've, purchased recently in Hamilton, and There's issues in Hamilton too with the old wartime homes. Like every house and every city has areas of older homes with different issues. And that doesn't mean you can't buy the house. If you love the house, there's ways around it. Now, if the basement is flooded with water, like I've seen some honestly, where it's like the house is sitting on a spring and the water is coming actually from underneath the foundation. And it was a $15,000 fix. They had to dig out all the way around the foundation, dig a trench, put piping to a sub pump. Like there's fixes for everything, but some of them are really, really costly. And is it worth it? Or do you even have the money to do it? Other problems could be a $400 or $500 fix. So if you have people that aren't advising you correctly, you could end up with a huge issue once you move in. Or you could miss out on the home of your dreams because somebody thinks it's a problem when it's not. And over all the years that I've done this, I see it all the time. And I can talk to an agent for 10 minutes and I know whether they understand the building codes and building and construction, or if they don't. And unfortunately, in this business, we're buying homes, so you need to know those things. You need to know about building codes and you need to know about home construction. Because when I go with a client and we view a house and I see major issues right off the bat, just from the experience and what I've already learned, we're gone. You know what? We'll find you something better. We don't need to get into this. And once you get somebody experienced that understands that, they should be looking out for your best interest. So if they only care about getting a deal and getting the deal done and doing a sale, then you're in trouble already, because you need someone that's going to take care of you. And I mean, I've seen it many times in my career where there's people that they don't care. They just want the deal done. You have to ask the questions. And it's pretty simple. Once you start talking to somebody, if they say, oh no, that's okay, this is okay, oh no, don't worry about that, don't worry about this, like hopefully your gut tells you whether this person can be trusted or not, because you're making the biggest investment of your life and you need to make sure that the people you are dealing with are people you can trust. It's huge important. If you like this video, hit the like. I'd also like to hear your comments on any nightmares you've encountered, because I'm sure most of you have. And if you want to keep up with all my new videos, hit the subscribe. Till next time.